Comparing the legal status of the use of cannabis for medical and recreative use in the US and Canada, I realized that the experience that our northern neighbor has in this matter may provide a glimpse of the future we might enjoy below the 49th parallel. I realized that Canada has legalized cannabis use for less than a year, October 17, 2018, but it is legal countrywide. In the U.S., the use of weed is allowed in about 33 states, and not allowed in the other 27, but is illegal at the federal level countrywide. There are many Canadian companies that are attempting to use this opportunity to amass great wealth for the owners and stakeholders and are indeed creating agreements with companies in the U.S. to establish a foothold for when and if the U.S. follows Canada's lead. The company I chose, Lotus Ventures Inc., is a Canadian company that was created in 2007 in Vancouver. Since its inception, the stock has been valued well below $1 US in Canada. This means that the financial risks are minimal, 10 cents per share as of August 9, 2019. And if things are done correctly, legal pitfalls avoided, financing secure, company growth not too fast, the potential for your investment to grow exponentially are not unrealistic. There are quite a few companies that are larger than Lotus Ventures Inc., but in size, market share, production, distribution, etc. But their shares are much more expensive than Lotus, and their price fluctuations are pronounced and erratic. My research shows that those companies are going through growing pains that are related to trailblazing new paths that were not available before the fourth quarter of last year, cultivating a product that was not native to the country, in whose recreative use production was not previously allowed, thereby limiting research and development. The slow growth of Lotus Ventures has given them the opportunity of seeing the mistakes other companies have made and make choices that are, at least in theory, less prone to error. A recent influx of investors has given Lotus the opportunity to build plants that are better equipped to produce highly quality inventory in more production as well. They have created proprietary strains of plants that would allow them to market their own products without paying royalty fees to other companies. License those strains to other companies, increasing their income. Market opportunities also are present. The legal aspects have hit other companies hard, with fines that have reached the millions of dollars and forced them to remodel their facilities at further expense. Hopefully, this will not happen to Lotus Ventures. Lotus Ventures has properties in Armstrong, British Columbia, and plans to complete a facility that doubles its production. This facility was designed to meet the stringent regulations that control the production of medical marijuana, which means that the production meets pharma quality requirements for distribution to medical patients. And this means that crops that are channeled to recreational consumers meet this quality requirement. It has also created jobs within the community, taking advantage of the skills of the residents of the area. Meeting the requirements of the Canadian Health Department also means that the environment surrounding the facility is protected. The Canadian market is sensitive to the environmental and the human factors involved in their purchasing choices, in which should not be different. It could be even more pronounced. The newness of the market does not allow for long-term environmental effects to be measured in the new facilities, but a lack of derogative history surrounding Lotus Ventures does not foresee any problems. As previously stated, the legal and ethical mishaps suffered by competing companies should provide a blueprint for future endeavors by Lotus to avoid similar situations. But the limited history of the industry in the country allows for unforeseen legal problems that may appear at any moment. When I chose my competing in my own company in which I actually invest, I chose Canadian companies because I found interest in this market, marijuana, and in its use. Now their use is even more allowed. We can say that. Am I allowed to use Canadian companies? I'm not sure. Do I have to choose U.S. companies strictly that are marketed in the New York Stock Exchange, for example? Or can I choose companies that are in other countries' markets, India, Europe, the European Union, and Canada, as my example? When do I start using references? When I write a paper and format it in APA, six version in the sixth part, or do I have to? Well, that's the question. When do I have to start using APA? I will have like to have more input regarding my pronunciation, my surroundings in this video, my physical appearance. Do I need a tie or what? More professional done, which I am not, but I guess I have to try as well. Sorry I'm late, but it took me a while to find what kind of video uh, program to use to edit this. Um, so, okay, here it goes. Hopefully I do well. Thank you, Professor Dr. Daniel. Have a good day.